Hey guys, welcome to Lift Your Spirits. Was unaware that this was a visual novel. I seriously thought we were going to be finishing this in this video, so we're probably going to make this a one-off episode depending on how good it is. I don't know anything about this game. I don't remember. Rather, it's one of those things. Oh, alone on a Friday night, and I'm spending it here. My fingers were sluggish as they typed out the last bit of conclusion needed to finish off my paper. I didn't even bother spell checking the rest, my hand dragging the cursor across to close the document. All right, it's time to submit it. I typed out my regards to Mr. Holtman. Kindly find the attached file of assignment to your student. Oh, I need to type in my name. One. That's my name. Stifling a yawn, I turned on my phone to check the time. 2:53 a.m. Oh, we're pulling late nights here. Almost 3 in the morning. Mind you, sleep's important. Sleep's very important. The sleep before 12 is what matters. Okay, the universal experience of losing sleep and gaining eye bags as a college student came to grace me in its hold once again, it seems. At least it's the weekend. Okay, cool, great. Turning off the computer, it suddenly hit me how quiet it was without my fingers tapping away at the keyboard. Everyone else had left. I mean, obviously, I don't think anyone else is working in a room this dark, other than me. Well, now that I think about it, let me retract that statement. Yeah, college students, oh my god. The campus was open 24/7, but who else was dumb enough to push their luck in submitting their assignment this late? You'd be surprised. This is quite common. This is very common. I consider myself lucky Mr. Holtman gave me the extended deadline, otherwise I'd be screwed. Still, there were also the rumors. Disembodied voices echoing through empty rooms. Heavy footsteps shuffling down the halls. Those who were lucky claimed to see a black silhouette skulking around the vending machine at the end of the corridor, staring at them. I wasn't the superstitious type, but I had to admit the eerie silence of being the only person here gave me the creeps. I was recalling all the gossip spread around the student body while a sound made me perk up. I glanced behind me over the monitors to see if someone had come in. Let me guess, that's a no? Nobody's here? Yep, nobody. Nobody indeed. I ignored the goosebumps rising on my arms as I gathered up my items into my bag. Wait, are they actually playing the sounds as this is playing out? Because I noticed there's some very weird sounds going on in the background. Superstitious or no, I've done what I came here for. Time to go. I shambled to the elevators and tapped the button. It rumbled to life, slowly making its way up to my floor. Just a couple more minutes and I'm out of here, I assured myself. I don't know why, but I found myself constantly checking behind me as if expecting someone there. Yet it's always empty every time I look. I tapped the button some more. The hairs at the back of my neck stood as if I was being watched. Wait a minute. Who's walking behind me? Wait, I clenched my fist, ignoring how sweaty they felt in my pocket. Who's walking behind me? I hear that. Is there someone behind me? Oh my god, they're giving me that sense of someone. Oh. I jumped. Okay. The doors slid open as I released the breath I didn't realize I was holding. I didn't even consider looking back as I stepped in, refusing to turn around until the doors closed. The chipper background music they played calmed me down somewhat. I'm almost in disbelief they were still playing it at this hour. Almost. I pressed the button for the ground floor, the elevator moving with a small jolt. With nothing to do but wait, I stared as the numbers slowly descended. The lull of the elevator was starting to make me sleepy. I thought of things I could do once I got home, just to distract myself for the rest of the ride. A shower for sure, microwave. I blinked up at the flickering lights. The elevator shuddered and came to an abrupt halt. The music cut out. I tried the button for the ground floor, then the rest. Unresponsive. Pushing the intercom button gave nothing but static. I thought this was like some entity talking or something. Hello? No, this can't be happening. Taking a moment to compose myself, I called out, Is anyone out there? I'm stuck in here. Help! Help! I would be shouting, but I technically can't, so I won't be shouting. I won't be getting too much into character with this thing. I started slamming the doors as panic took hold. There had to be someone out there. Help, please, I'm in here. I didn't stop for a good minute, getting more and more desperate as tears welled up in my eyes. Why now? Why me? Why me? Why could this ever happen to me? I knocked my forehead against the door in a slump, ready to curl up and cry. This sucks. I was about to turn before I felt a chill run up my spine. Evil Dead style, the air felt heavy. Is this claustrophobia setting in? I didn't think I had a fear of closed spaces. Unless... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I couldn't find my voice to scream. A face took shape. A pair of hollow eyes and a manic grin with several teeth. It seemed to smile directly at me. Well, what do you mean seems? It is smiling directly at you. Are you not seeing this? Are you not seeing this? It's smiling right at you. What the? I blacked out. Oh, it's, hey, wake up. Hey, wake up. Hey. I heard a voice, panicked and flustered from above me. Who the frick are you? Person was looming over me, visibly worried as I blinked back to consciousness. You're alive. I couldn't really check for a pulse, so anyway, are you alright? I think so. Ew, don't touch me, creep. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Who the heck is this? What the heck? How did you get in the elevator? The elevator. Oh. I too love it when suspicious characters just show up out of nowhere. Phew, I'm glad. Didn't mean to scare you back there. I realized I was still in the elevator, but now with a stranger twiddling their thumbs in front of me. They were taller than me, looming a few good inches past my head. Their limbs looked even more awkward in the baggy sweater they had. I wasn't sure if they forgot to wash away their makeup or if they just haven't slept for 3 days straight. Probably both. I realized they were staring at me as well. Their eyes focused on me a little too long, as if they'd forgotten how to blink. So... I suddenly remembered the last thing I saw. That creepy shadow from the walls. Before you were here, there was something crawling out of the walls. I know it sounds insane, but I swear, it looked straight out of a horror movie. The stranger looked nervous. Crap, they think I'm nuts. Don't look at me like that. No, I believe you, for sure. You saw it too? Well, sorta. You are the thing that crawled out of the freaking wall. For no reason. You are the thing. Look at this face. This is the face of being busted. Sorry, I was really trying to be sneaky. That must have been uncomfortable to watch, huh? Come again? Come again? Wait a minute. Hold up. What are you saying? Well, I heard you yelling for help and I couldn't just leave you alone, so I did the next best thing I could. Are you saying that was you? What kind of sick joke is this? No, what kind of sick joke is this? I was just trying to help. There's really no easy way to say this. I'm not alive, not the way you are. Did they mean... You mean like a ghost? The stranger lit up a... What is happening? Wait a minute, this went from creepy to not creepy immediately. Basically, you must have heard the rumors, right? Well, it's me in the flesh. Well, not the flesh. Well, sans the flesh. Believe them? Stick your hands through them. Stick my hands through them. My hand shut up before I could think twice. What is happening? Why did I go for the chest? What the fuck? What? The tips of my finger instantly felt airy and ice cold, like touching something solid yet not. The stranger yelped and backed away. Hey, do you just go around sticking your fingers into people you just met? Hey, no, let's not make it sound like that. That's a little weird. Sorry, I thought you were messing with me. That's not a good excuse. There's no, you should, because if it wasn't, then I just put it right through her chest. Why would it? Oh, the insanity, guys! The insanity. This game is interesting. The stranger was having none of it. Why do I even bother? If you sit tight and don't do anything stupid, they'll come find you in the morning. They shifted into a familiar black shapeless entity, melting into a puddle and disappearing through the floor. Exactly the same way they had entered. A ... I found myself alone for the next 7 hours. The workers found me half dozing in the corner the next morning. I stayed late most nights on campus to see if the stranger would show up, but it seems they're ignoring me on purpose. I never saw them again. Bad ending, rude awakening. Okay, so I got the first ending. Interesting. Okay, I kind of want to see what would happen if I didn't do something rude like that. Okay, so I will believe you this time. I feel like this isn't the worst situation to be meeting a ghost for the first time. The stranger gave a sigh of relief. Thank you for trusting me. I'd ask for your name, but I already know that it's Alex Dog 1. How did you... I've been watching you for a while. Excuse me? Tonight I've been watching you for a while. Tonight, it's not safe to be alone this late. I wouldn't know. Before I could ask further, they straightened. Anyways, I stuck around to see you write your paper. I don't necessarily agree with your hypothesis, but interesting nevertheless. Thanks, I think. Nobody asked for your opinion. I'm not rude. Now, as a person, there's some people, based off of the way that I do respond to things, I think I'm incredibly rude and that I would say something like this. No, I really wouldn't. I would definitely say this first one. They gave me a shy smile. That's a shy smile? That's an interesting smile. No problem. This wasn't the way I expected my night to go, but I guess the sooner I accepted it, the better. I should probably ask for their name instead of calling them stranger. You know my name, but what about yours? Oh, they looked away, fingers picking at their sleeve. I don't remember. I know who I was and what I did when I was alive, but not my name. Strange, isn't it? Have you ever thought of picking one yourself? Their eyes widened as if the thought never occurred to them. I never needed a name, but if I were to have one, I've always liked the way Alma sounds. It's perfect. Their smile widened. Thank you, Alex Dog 1. Alma went back to twiddling their fingers. We stood in silence for a while, gauging on what to say next. I kept glancing back at their hands, wondering if they'd feel as solid as they looked. What? They knew I was staring, but didn't seem to mind, waiting patiently in front of me. My thoughts were running wild from sleep deprivation and shock to actually form words past our introductions, to be honest. They started humming softly, as if to fill the silence. That's when it hit me. For a ghost? They could easily be a student just like me. I have to ask, how did you, Alma had a knowing look in their eyes. Oh man, it's honestly kind of embarrassing. Uh, I'll insist. Despite having no blood flowing through their veins, their cheeks seemed to darken. We don't have to get into it, but I really want to know, please. I. They hesitated before nodding. Promise you won't make fun of me? Promise. Okay. So, I was staying late working on an assignment just like you. No one was around, even back when I was known as a loner most of the time. It didn't bother me. While I was working, I got thirsty. No big deal. So I headed over to the vending machine for a drink. They paused, hands shaking. They clasped at their wrists and twisted before continuing. I would love for you to continue. I want to know how a vending machine killed you. How did this happen? Did it fall on you? Did you choke on your soda? What happened? You tell me. Oh wait, I got to click for it to tell me. Whoops. Just the soda. Of course it was a soda, because who gets water or juice or an energy drink from a vending machine? It's always soda. Not too much to ask, right? I paid for the damn thing, but somehow my hand got stuck in the dispenser. Oh. So I pulled, and well, they struggled a bit before I waved for them to continue. It fell. I felt my whole body being crushed under the weight. I couldn't even cry out for help. I mean, there's not really many ways to die from a vending machine, so I kind of figured that it fell on you. It's not really goofy or anything. It's an accident. And the whole time my head was still stuck in that thing. Not that I could even tell. I think my wrist was beyond saving at that point. They sunk into themselves. I died trying to get some cheap soda. How pathetic is that? It's not. I'm sorry. Kind of sound like you just... What would you... What are these responses? That's rude. That's incredibly rude. That's mean even. That's diabolical. Who would say this? Who would actually say this? I'm sorry that happened to you. I put my hand over theirs. It passed right through, giving an ice cold chill at my fingertips, but Alma seemed to appreciate it nevertheless. They looked up at me, their nervous hands finally coming to a stop. I've never told anyone about it before. I didn't think it would feel this freeing. Thank you. I heaved a sigh and the music, oh my god, the music, that's crazy. I heaved a sigh and moved to sit down, leaning against the doors. Alma looked on curiously. What are you doing? I shrugged and took out my phone to look for a time-wasting app. Okay, well, at least if you don't open TikTok. Okay, at least it's not TikTok. In no time, I had one of my mindless games open. Might as well settle in and spend the next few hours trying to beat my high score. Not much I can do right now. Got some battery to last a couple hours. I pat down a spot next to me. You want to watch? Alma stood for a moment, as if unsure. Come on, plenty of room for both. Just watch your legs, lanky. What? They settled in beside me, sitting crisscross applesauce, and leaned over to look at my phone. This game has a little bit of charm to it. I love it. It went from spooky to... It's got such a charm. This is great. This is refreshing. My shoulder immediately chilled at their close proximity, but I didn't bother bringing it up. We chatted amicably, I might be pronouncing that wrong, as my fingers tapped away at my screen, Alma getting more invested the higher my numbers got. But otherwise, it was peaceful company. A few hours passed. I must have dozed off at some point, as the next thing I knew, there was some whirring behind me that woke me up with a jolt. Voices began to call out, and I turned to see some workers prying the door open for me. It took no time for me to step outside when their work was done. The sunlight shining over me made it feel like everything that happened last night was a dream. I turned on my phone to look at the time. Instead, I saw an unsent message typed out on the screen. Be safe, careful about staying late next time. I blinked and looked around. A cold chill went up my arm, and I almost turned to expect Alma, but saw nothing. Next time? I put my phone away and rubbed my bleary eyes, mentally making a note to stay back at the campus more frequently from now on. Good ending. 1. Till next time. Okay, fantastic. I think that's great. That's a good place to stop. I don't really necessarily need to find the other endings because I know there's at least 2 other routes I could go down. But yeah, I think I got my fill of this. We got the very negative ending, and then we got a relatively positive one. Um, so yeah. Like I said, this game has a charm to it. Looking at this, judging the book by its cover, I thought this was going to be a terrifying experience. And it was for a second there, and then things completely changed and it took a turn to the better, which very rarely happens in visual novels. I do like this because visual novels usually have heavy subjects. If it's horror like Doki Doki Literature Club, it's extremely heavy subjects. But this one wasn't really. Usually for comedic visual novels, I don't say that. I know I haven't really made a video on those, but I've played them. I never really have that opinion. I've never thought that they were good. This one was great. This one was great. I love it. I would highly recommend that you play this if you want to see the other 2 or more endings. But that is all the time I have for this episode. That is all I'm going to do for this game. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you're new here and like what you saw, then please consider subscribing. And yeah, as always, I will see you in the next one.